Good morning, Unity Halton Peel. Welcome to November. Where did October go? I blinked. I don't know about the rest of you all. I'm Wendy Karr, licensed Unity teacher, and it is my honor and privilege to be with you today. And I'm also your guest speaker, so you're going to get a lot of me today. So let's get together. And let us begin by just taking a moment and settling ourselves into whatever we're sitting in or on, or if we're choosing to stand and stretch, whatever we're doing, or if we're reclining in the most comfortable position that we can be. Let's just take a moment, allow the week that has been to just be. And let's just let the Blue Jays game last night be. Let's just acknowledge that it was a great game. There was excitement. There were extra innings. We got our money's worth last night.
Right.
And what a story. There's a spiritual story in there of going from the bottom of the league one year to World Series Game 7 the next. And let's just come into this oneness of this community, of the greater oneness that we are, and take in mind our mission and why we bother to come together, to lovingly inspire transformation and be of service to the world. And I think service can be a difficult word because sometimes we feel like it isn't service. Sometimes it feels like it's something we have to, but we love to do it, and so we don't necessarily feel that have to. Have you ever had a driver, whether it's on a bus or in a taxi or on a private car? You can tell they love their job. They love doing what they're doing. And that's what I see for us here at Unity Halton Peel, that each of us, whether it blesses our center as we are, or is a blessing to the world, that we bring that to our world. Whether it's that we bring our capacity and time that we have to add some extra prayers to the world, or that we have some extra food that we can share with a food bank, or we have some time that we can listen to someone who just needs an ear. There's opportunities for all of us to participate. And now I'll call on Margaret to share her time and talents and give us today's daily word.
Wendy, today's daily word for Sunday, November the 2nd is remembrance. I cherish the memories of my loved ones. Today, I remember life is eternal as I honor my dear ones who have passed. I send love and light to those who have enriched my life. My heart beams with love and gratitude as I cherish the memories I hold so dearly. I honor and reflect on the relationships that have meant so much to me. I open my heart, allowing myself to feel tenderness of my emotions. I sense my relatives' love, a reminder of their presence is alive in my heart. I visit my memories in the stillness, grateful for the time we spent together. My beloved's love, wisdom, and strength are in me. As I remember those special ones, their memory will be a blessing that transcends time and space. Then he took a loaf of bread, and when he had given thanks, he broke it and gave it to them, saying, "This is my body, which is given to you. Do this in remembrance of me." Luke 22, verse 19.
Thank you, Margaret. If you're curious why remembrance today, this is the last day of a number of holidays that celebrate the days of the dead. In the Christian calendar, you have the All Saints days between Halloween and the 2nd of November, and then in the and I'm not sure which word to use, Latino, Hispanic, I'm never sure about that. The Days of the Dead actually end on November 2nd. I didn't know that until this year. So I learned something this year, so I'm sharing with you. So it's an opportunity. We've had that opportunity of Halloween to celebrate and to remember. And maybe some year, if Halloween falls on a Sunday, I'll do a lesson about that. So, in remembrance, let's bless those who have a birthday in November. And I can think of a whole bunch of people, starting with my mother. So, happy birthday to all of those who are celebrating a November birthday. Happy birthday to those who have passed from our sight who are celebrating a November birthday. We bless and appreciate what they gave to us in their lifetime. And I will mention that our board president is one of the birthdays this month, just because. All right, our opening song today. Little Daniel Nahmod for you.
Oh, yeah. God, you are every mountain. God, you are every ocean. God, you are every canyon, every inch of earth and sky. God, you are every morning. God, you are every midnight. God, you are every moment, every second of my life. Everything I see, everything I do, everything I am is you. Everything above, everything below, everything I know is you. God, you are every sunrise. God, you are every moon glow. God, you are every star shine, every inch of earth and sky. God, you are every springtime. God, you are every snowfall. God, you are every season, every second of my life. Everything I see, everything I do, everything I am is you. Everything above, everything below, everything I know is you. 'Cause you are the very breath I breathe, and your perfect love created me. Everything I see, everything I do, everything I am is you. Everything above, everything below, everything I know is you. Everything I see, everything I do, everything I am is you. Everything above, everything below, everything I know is you. Everything I see, everything I do, everything I am is you. Everything above, everything below, everything I know is you.
All righty. Let's just take a moment and ground ourselves, bring ourselves fully present to this moment, and affirm together that we at Unity Halton Peel are blessed with an abundantly thriving community. And we know that it is done. Our affirmation for the month of November is I am grateful. And our thought is I am alive in the energy of gratitude. And this month we hold in light and love the center in Edmonton and the Unity Urban Ministerial School. And if you haven't heard of that, that is a second pathway to ordination in the Unity movement. It's based in Detroit, and it is done primarily online. And it's a wonderful opportunity for folks who may need a different pathway to doing ministry. And they have celebrated, I believe it's their 40th anniversary or 50th anniversary. So it's been a wonderful resource for the Unity movement. And as always, we have our affirmations for the month of November. And if you have never seen something like this before, this is Unity Village, our world headquarters. You'll see the tower a bit better in the next picture. The two buildings that you see are the oldest on grounds, and they are both historic sites. So it's an opportunity to appreciate that. Let's just take a moment, and I will read the affirmation and then take a couple breaths to let it settle in our minds and hearts. And then we'll repeat it together. And I'll ask you on the Zoom call to please keep muted as we do this. Our affirmation for inner peace. I am at peace no matter where I am. And together, I am at peace no matter where I am. For strength, the strength of God moves through me in every breath. And together, the strength of God moves through me in every breath. For gratitude, all that I say and do is an expression of gratitude. And together, all that I say and do is an expression of gratitude. And for prosperity, I have more than enough and I am grateful. And together, I have more than enough and I am grateful. And finally, for world peace, I dedicate my Christ life to a world that is safe for everyone. And together, I dedicate my Christ light to a world that is safe for everyone. Let's just take a few moments, allowing these words and thoughts to settle in our minds and hearts. And so it is, and so it shall be. Amen. So, as we just saw on the slide, our thought for the month is I am grateful. And our power for the month is elimination or release or renunciation. All of those words have been used. I tend to use the word release because it's a nice, simple word. So we're going to talk about gratitude, but we're also going to talk about release today and what those two things have in common, because you might not think about that. And we will join together. So what do we mean by release? We mean that we are releasing old habits and way of thinking, and we joyously accept my good. It also can mean letting go of physical objects, letting go of relationships, letting go of a job that really is toxic to your soul. It can mean letting go of that car you've had for so long, but it's just not worth repairing anymore. And being willing to go through the process of the grief, of the letting go, of making that space for something new. So our co-founder, Myrtle Fillmore, in her book, Healing Letters, writes, give thanks that you have already received the good for which you have looked to God in the silence, feeling the assurance. One of the things about Unity's understanding of prosperity, first of all, it's not just about money. It's about everything. It's about your health. It's about your relationships. It's about your housing. It's about your transportation. It's about how you serve the world. It's about everything that is a part of you. And one of the things that is really important that wasn't part of the Christian community that Myrtle grew up in was the idea of that you have already received. There was an expectation that you had to jump through hoops and you had to do this, that, or the other. You had to pray a certain way. You had to act a certain way, and then you might get it. And Myrtle says, no, give thanks that it's already present. And she's, in my opinion, correct. Because as we heard in the example in the scripture in our daily word today, Jesus blessed and gave thanks for the loaves and fishes before he distributed them. Heaven and earth listen and respond to the soul that is quickened into praise and thanksgiving. Praise is gratitude in action. And it might feel a little weird to praise something that isn't already here. It might feel weird to be in a space of saying, I give thanks that. That was something I learned early on in my Unity life. And I've been in Unity now over 40 years. The idea that we have space for what it's going to look like, but we acknowledge that this is what we want or something better. That's another great line that we use. The gratitude for what we have. Gratitude that I have a very comfortable chair that I am sitting in right now as we are recording this. The gratitude that I know that it took a little while to find it and to make sure that it was what we wanted. We bought it a while ago. The idea that we can give praise for something, that we can give praise that there is whatever it is we want, need, desire already in the ethers, in potentiality. It just hasn't made it quite to manifestation, to where our physical eyes, ears, and heart can feel it. And Myrtle's husband, Charles, our other co-founder, says, it is an easy matter to give thanks for what we have already received, but it is not so easy to give thanks for what we hope to receive. However, giving thanks in advance brings to pass a present expectation. Now, if you've ever been in the position, as I have many times, where you have been either laid off or fired, or you've realized that a job isn't the right place for you, it can be really hard if you're in that chasm or seeming chasm between jobs, between places where you feel that you have a comfortable and consistent source of income. And it can be difficult to be in that space. And it can be difficult to say, I give thanks that the right and perfect job is there for me. And I am directed to where it is. And I know that I will be the right place for my soul, for my heart, for my mind, for my skills, for my very well-being, in that I will attract to me co-workers who are of like minds, co-workers who make me laugh. I am given a proper amount of recompense, whether it is in cash or benefits. That we acknowledge and claim that for ourselves. And sometimes that can be really difficult to make that comment that if this is mine to claim, because we've been taught, or at least let me rephrase that. I was taught as a child that I had to give. And yet one of our other early teachers, Emily Cady, wrote in one of her manuals that it wasn't until she said, I now receive, that things started to move for her. Things started to happen for her. The money started flowing. And she was a homeopathic physician. Those who could not pay her in cash started bringing eggs from their chickens or freshly baked loaves of bread or whatever. She was receiving her good, and she realized that it was not all about the giving, that she needed to do that receiving. And receiving by its very nature is ingratitude. So how do we develop our gratitude? Consider starting a gratitude journal. You know, you can get a really nice one for less than $5 at your local dollar store. And make it pretty. Don't make it just plain. Make it something that brings you joy. Maybe it has a statement on the front, or maybe there's some stickers that you see that you're going to cover something plain with. something that brings you joy, something that makes you desire to participate with that book rather than, oh, I need to do my homework for the day. So count your blessings. Write them down daily. Aim to capture at least 4 or 5. Because that puts you in the mindset of being aware of your blessings. Human constructs of size and importance don't matter in this exercise. I woke up today is always a good place to start. The hot water was running when I went to take my shower. Traffic was seemingly lighter today. I got to work in a timely fashion without stress. Person at the takeout window gave me the broadest smile, and I needed to see that. I gave them a broad smile, and you could tell they needed to see it from me. Things like that, just however small. Or it might be out of the blue, I got a refund check that I wasn't expecting. One of my utilities made an error and they've refunded me the difference. Whatever it is, the point is to pull our attention away from the sadness and meanness and just craziness of this world and focus on that for which we are grateful. I love this word. Unity does this a lot. We take words and we split them up to make the emphasis different. So thanksgiving. For every blessing that you have received, give one blessing away. Again, size doesn't matter. What can you do? I remember being in line one day and I had gotten a little extra unexpected income. And I was at McDonald's and I said to my server, I said, okay, I'd like to pay for the car behind me. And she looked at me and started laughing. She said, actually, no, dear, you don't. Look in your mirror. And I saw it was a police car behind me. And she said, their order is over $100. Are you sure? And I said, okay, can I put 25 bucks towards their order? She said, of course, I can do that. Why did I do it? Because I don't know those cops, but I appreciate what they do for me. And sure, some make mistakes, but on the whole, I appreciate what they do. I appreciate that I live in a safe neighborhood. And it felt right. Another time I was out and I just smiled at someone. It felt like they needed a smile. That felt like they just needed to be seen. And I have had days where I've been lost in my thoughts. And I'm sure my face showed it. And someone has come up to me and smiled. And that in turn caused enough of a shift that I was able to share that blessing with the next person that I passed. Can you imagine how the strands just, it's like ripples in a pool. I remember as a kid, somebody taught me how to skip stones. Skipping stones is kind of cool. But then they said, I want you to try something else. We're going to make music together. And we reached down, we were at Lake Huron, we reached down and we grabbed 2 handfuls of stones. And he said, okay, just gently let the stones fall into the waves and listen to the sound. And I can still, as I'm describing that, I can hear that. And that was a blessing for me because I realized that I was being taught to stop, to pause. I was a small child at the time. And every so often, I remember that. And I teach the kids in my life, pause, listen to the sound of various stones dropping in the water. It's an opportunity. It doesn't have to be big. You don't have to go out and rent a banner or a billboard. But just to make that connection and to acknowledge that something in there, something in gratitude that you can share in exchange, in return for the blessing you have received. Consider making random act of kindness a way of life. not just 1 week in the calendar. Thankfulness in all things, gratitude in all things. 1 Thessalonians chapter 5, verses 16 to 18. Rejoice always, pray without ceasing, give it thanks in all circumstances, for this is the will of God in Christ Jesus for you. I'm not going to get too Bible-y on you, but these verses in my church of origin really sat with me because they were placed in the context of a community who had been taken to the concentration camps. And one of the people said to her sister, how do we rejoice in these circumstances? How do we give thanks in these circumstances? And her sister said, the guards don't come near us because we have lice in our hair. The guards don't come near us because there are insects that they don't want to be near in our barracks. We are not being beaten. We are not being attacked. They are just leaving us alone. And after we finish our daily chores, what are we able to do? We were able to sit here and study scripture and pray and do the things that we would have done usually. And as you can probably guess, that went really deep for me. That in the midst of chaos, in the midst of difficulties, having learned that lesson as I was about 8 or 9, the question is my situation as bad? And most of the time, even in those teenage years, those teenage years, I had to come back if I was honest with myself and say, no, I can give thanks in this situation and be in a place where I might be able to rejoice, where I might be able to at least give honest thanks for what's happening. So how do we do that? When something unfortunate or bad happens, immediately look for 3 to 5 things that you are thankful for in the situation. Perhaps, there's been a fender bender. That can be traumatic. That can cause injuries. But after you're able to breathe and just, are the EMTs here? Is anyone seriously injured? Are they being attended to? Okay, that's 2. I'll give thanks that I'm okay, or if I'm injured, that I will be taken care of. That I live in a country where medical care is available relatively easily. Well, there's my 3 right off the bat. Think of another one. Someone has gotten a difficult diagnosis. This one I'd be aiming for 5, but I'd be happy with 3. Did we catch it soon enough? Perhaps not. Are there support systems in place to assist the person with the diagnosis and their family? Give thanks that there are people there to support. Give thanks that the awareness of that diagnosis will help to focus the time. Sometimes we think we have all the time in the world, and then suddenly we don't. And this is the opportunity to sit and give thanks for what has been and what might still come. And if you have your gratitude journal, if you have chosen to do that, put those things in so that you could look back. One of the techniques that I was taught, I've been remiss in not following it, was to, on Thanksgiving Day, whenever that falls in your country, sit down with your gratitude journal and read through it and relive those points and give thanks again for what has been and what you have experienced. And finally, if you have a to-do list, change it. Make it a thankful that I get to list. Be creative in listing what you need to do. Find ways to make it more pleasant. One of my favorite ones is uh, today, and I'm thankful that today I get to prove that my washing machine still works and have clean clothes for tomorrow when I actually go out in public. That's a little different than do laundry. That sounds so boring. Find ways to make things creative. I will go on a wonderful quest to locate the hidden treasure. Read, I put something down, I can't find it, and I'm going to look for it. Find ways to make it light. Find ways to generate enthusiasm and gratitude in your daily life. And going back to Myrtle, God gives freely. It is for us to keep the receiving channels open. Whatever I release will bless me. Whether it is a belief that you've had about yourself, a thought you've had about someone else, some extra clothing that is in the I will wear that again someday when I've lost 15 more pounds. Or maybe it's time to think about finding a new home. This one doesn't fit me anymore. Or perhaps greatest of all, in my experience, has been this job isn't serving me anymore and I need to leave. All of those can be really scary, but I invite you to hold to the thought and the belief that it will bless me as I release it, as I let it go, as I create space, whether it's in my closet, in my life, in my time, in my bank account, that opportunities will come to bless me. And as we prepare to go into meditation, I have a wonder for you. It's a two-part. Pause at some point each day this week and ask yourself, what am I grateful for in this moment? And is there anything or thought or belief that is ready to be released? And with these two questions, let's just take a moment to once again go into the oneness. And let us start with gratitude. Just gently look over the week that has been. Find spaces to give thanks for what has happened this week. For automatic deposits that show up in our bank in a timely way. For opportunities to see the children enjoy Halloween. For the opportunity to come together as a nation and cheer on baseball. And now let's bless whatever we had to release this week. Perhaps it was a belief about ourselves that we've finally come to the realization isn't true. And we can let that go and move into a new understanding of ourselves. Perhaps there are things in our house that are ready to be let go of. And perhaps there's still a niggling belief that we need to do a little bit more self-reflection before we can let it go. And as we let it go, we give thanks for the lessons it taught, for the path it helped to create. And now let us give thanks and gratitude for the week that is to come, this first week of November. And so it is.
Let our hearts not be hardened to those living on the margins. There is room at the table for everyone. This is where it all begins. This is how we gather in. There is room at the table for everyone. Too long we have wandered, burdened and undone, but there is room at the table for everyone. Let us sing the new world in. This is how it all begins. There is room at the table for everyone. There is room for us all, and no gift is too small. There is room at the table for everyone. There's enough if we share. Come on, pull up a chair. There is room at the table for everyone. No matter who you are, no matter where you're from, there is room at the table for everyone. Here and now we can be the beloved community. There is room at the table for everyone. There is room for us all, and no gift is too small. There is room at the table for everyone. There's enough if we share. Come on, pull up a chair. There is room at the table for everyone. There is room for us all, and no gift is too small. There is room at the table for everyone. There's enough if we share. Come on, pull up a chair. There is room at the table for everyone. Let our hearts not be hardened to those living on the margins. There is room at the table for everyone. This is how we gather in for everyone.
As always, our Unity Prayer Chaplains are available for confidential prayer, and you can email Diane, praywithdiane@gmail.com for info for confidential prayer. Silent Unity continues to pray 24/7, as it has done for over 125 years. And thank you for your financial gifts to Unity at Halton Peel. There are a variety of ways, and means to share your gifts with us. Those are available at our website. We appreciate your continued support. And let us join together in blessing the financial gifts and the gifts of time and talent as we share together divine love now flowing through me, blesses and multiplies all that I am, all that I have, all that I give, all that I receive, and is a blessing wherever it goes. And we are a tithing ministry, and for November, we are sharing our tithes with Carpenter Hospice, Unity Canada, and Eden Food for Change. And Patty, I believe you wanted to speak to this slide.
Yes, thanks. Thanks, Wendy. Great lesson this morning. Wonderful music. Thank you for all you do. So we are entering the season of giving, and Jane and Evelyn and I have had some discussions around what we'd like to focus on this year. Last year, we supported a family in Mississauga, new settlers with dad and mom and 3 young small children, and we got a beautiful, beautiful thank you card back from them for the support that we were able to give them. And we also supported an elderly gentleman and his wife who have just been battling difficult illness in the family for a number of years, and we were able to provide some support to them. So in following the same vein this year in our season of giving, we've discovered a local family. They live in the Halton region area, and at the time that I became aware of them, the father was still alive, and they were putting him into the Carpenter House for hospice care. And he's 35 years old, and 2 weeks ago he did lose his battle with a 2-year battle with cancer. He's leaving behind his wife and 3 young children. He's only 35, so the eldest child, I'm understanding, is coming up to an 8th birthday. Their home is in urgent need of repair. The volunteers from Burlington Dads are stepping up to do the work, but we need your help to fund the materials. This Christmas, Unity Halton Peel invites you to make this family our extra offering focus. Any remaining funds will go directly to support the family in ongoing needs. Their target is $30,000. They've already raised $23,000. So if you would like to provide some extra help during November and December in your regular offering, please just say Seasons of Giving, Unity, support the local family, Christmas donation, something extra over and above your general contribution will be acknowledged. And of course, we will be directing a good portion of money from our revenues in November and December to this family. I'd like to, last year we spent $1,300 on our special donation, and this year our target is around the same. So if you'd like to contribute to that, please just put that note in your e-transfer memo that says, support the family or Christmas giving in addition to your general, and we'll make sure it all gets to them. Thank you so much for your ongoing generosity and support to these causes. Thanks, Wendy. Go ahead.
Thank you, Patty. If you are joining us for the first time on Zoom, or if you are watching this later on social media, please join us on our newsletter. I'm realizing I forgot a slide that watch this week. We will have information about membership renewal. It is the season for membership renewal. This is one of those times that we render unto Caesar, that we need to follow government guidelines for our charitable status. So please watch the newsletter, sign up if you haven't already so that you can participate in that. Next Sunday, you get a double dose of me this month, and I'm going to talk about war and peace and how Unity has dealt with it. This was a topic that my late husband was very much loved to talk about, and I'm carrying on his tradition. And during our meditation, we will have a Remembrance Day observation. It might not land exactly at 11 a.m., but we will spend 2 minutes in silence in acknowledgement of those who gave their lives. Upcoming, the booklets are available. The Advent discussion group will resume starting the last Wednesday of the month. It will run for 4 weeks, and the Canadian licensed Unity teachers will be facilitating this again. And it's I one thing I love about the time we're living in, and I give thanks for it, is that we're literally coast to coast. We have folks in New Brunswick that join our groups, and we have people on Vancouver Island, and then we have everybody in the middle. And it's a wonderful opportunity to create community and get to know folks from across not only Canada, but we get some Americans who show up as well. And it's just an opportunity to be part of the greater Unity community. So I'm excited about that. And that is our opportunity now to bless and appreciate and give thanks for the children in our lives. I had a lot of fun looking at Facebook of family and friends and their children's costumes this year. Such creativity just amazes me. And let us join together in our blessing on the screen. Children and youth of Unity and of the world, we love you, we bless you, and we appreciate you just the way you are. And we used to ask the question, how are they? And the answer is perfect in every way. And so too, we as our inner child are perfect in every way. And let us join together in a prayer that first appeared during World War II. The light of God surrounds us. I am
I am
light.
light.
The love of God enfolds us. I am love. The power of God protects us. I am power. The presence of God watches over us. I am presence. Wherever we are, God is. I am divine. And as it is our tradition, Sue Riley's going to sing us out.
Peace in my life is growing because I choose love. Love's always present, it's what I'm made of. I choose love. We are a part of each other. We are one tie that binds us, that can't be undone. I choose love. Peace in my family is growing because I choose love. Let love be present, it's what we're made of. I choose love. We are a part of each other. We are one loving family, sharing one sun. I choose love. Peace for our planet is growing because I choose love. Let love be present, it's what we're made of. I choose love. We are a part of each other. We are one choice unites us. Let this be the one. I choose love.
Thank you for joining us today. It's been a wonderful opportunity to come together. Join us at our website, www.unityhaltonpeel.ca, or for more information, email us at info@unityhaltonpeel.ca. Have a wonderful week. We look forward to welcoming you again.